Sorry, I've been taking too much steroids lately. My head's just gotten so much bigger. Oh, man. What's up, guys? Hey, Rebs. Good morning, folks. Got a great night's sleep last night, man. Great night's sleep. Oh, I miss it. I miss my sleep. This is the new camera. Yeah, I told you guys there wouldn't be that much of a difference. I'm trying to figure out the lighting and stuff to make it work with the new camera. Yeah, I mean, this is next level shit. So how can you ask the NBA to start on time when you don't tip off on time? It's like, you know, there's a very common phrase, hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Okay? Think about that. That's what the NBA's done to me. You need an OnlyFans? Either you need an OnlyFans or you need an outfielder. Look, our softball season's starting soon. We might need an outfielder. So if you're interested, yeah, I do have a little glow to me. I mean, I just moisturized, so that could be it. I'm fixing the camera. It's a little. I'm trying to get the lighting right. I mean, it's the camera. You know, I'm not this tan. I'm just telling you that right now. It's trying to find the perfect balance between looking tan and looking like a ghost. Neither of which I look like. But it's nice to have my phone here. The reason why I had to get a new camera, for any of you who care, the reason why I had to get a new camera is because I've been using my phone as a camera this whole time. And recently when we've been doing these longer, slightly earlies, and then I go on Bleacher Report, and then I stream the Mavs game, and then I do Locked On after. It's like, I've been using my phone for 7, 8, 9 hours. And I'd miss calls. I wouldn't text people back. Like, it was just kind of irresponsible. What camera? Sony A6400. Cheers. God damn it. Sometimes I wish coffee was like water. Like you could just drink it with no consequences. Like all day. It could just be your all-day beverage. They've got coffee flavored water? Huh? Can you imagine? Coffee flavored water. Are you guys flavored water people? I'm not at all. I can't stand the flavored water experience. Just give me water. But I know people who like can't drink water. What a weird, bizarre thing. Are any of you guys like that? Are any of you in my community like that? I hope not. Not that I would judge you or anything like that, but I do hope not. People who are like, I can't stand the taste of water. It's like, what do you mean? It doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't have a taste. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Because I know people who like will drink water, but it has to be like flavored, you know, and I don't think there's any sugar added to that. Your dad's like, Coke has water in it. My grandparents are like that. Yeah. I try to get my grandparents to drink more water all the time. And they're like, it's just fluids. I'm like, I really don't think that's right. I don't think that's how it works. A lot of older people think that, though. Like, it's just fluid. It's like, I don't think that's how it works. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought you overslept when we were doing a stream this morning. I don't know why it wasn't scheduled. I thought I scheduled it, but I forgot. So I'm going to change my name to what? What do you think I need to? Change it to Javonte Green Guy. Oh, there's HEBs in all over Dallas. Didn't we wonder why American obesity rates are so high? I heard drinking 700 calories a day. I don't think people realize how many calories they might be drinking in a day. I heard this story once about this woman that I know. Well, I don't really know. Someone else knew her and told me this story. She was trying to lose weight, was eating right, was exercising, couldn't figure out why she wasn't losing weight. In fact, she couldn't figure out why she was still gaining weight. So they go through everything. Well, your dinner's good. You know, you're eating healthy dinner. You're not snacking on bad food, at least. You're working out. What are we missing here? It's like, well, mornings, I eat my breakfast with my morning coffee. Okay. Nothing outside the ordinary there. What was the morning coffee, though? She would go to Dutch Bros and get a large fucking, God, I don't know, a large macchiato or some shit that had 900 calories in it. $900. And they're like, dude, how are you alive? Dutch Bros is crazy. Yeah. That's not coffee at that point, man. You are drinking a milkshake. You are. Let's go. 900, yes. Now, that story could have been exaggerated to me, but that's the way I heard it. Yesterday, we got a perfect 10 out of 10. It was all NBA questions. Easy. Don't ever fucking play with me like that again, Bleacher Report. Don't ever play with me like that again. Hold on. Let me fix my green screen here. Just want this little fuzz out the way. Can I get this little fuzz out? How far do I have to go? Oh, okay. The best part of waking up. Javonte Green Guy, what up? All right. Yeah, that is better. That is better. Place your over-under bets, 7. Siley's been on a heater. I have been on a heater. I feel like it's going to be all college football questions. Five under? Let's go. Who won more NBA titles? Bill Russell. Come on. Are we going all NBA again? Who succeeded Bill Belichick as Patriots head coach? Gerard Mayo. Thank you, Bill Simmons. How many MLB players were elected to the Hall of Fame last week? Oh, shit. I want to say 3. I think, wasn't it CC Sabathia, Ichiro, and Billy Wagner? Come on, man. Is that the right 3? This son of an NBA player is a projected lottery pick in the 2025 NBA draft. Is that Dylan Harper? Okay. Lots of NBA questions, man. Our basketball. Who's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks? Is it Mike McDonald? Okay, I knew that name. I knew it wasn't Pete Carroll. Who is leading the NBA in points per game? That is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Who is the current? Who is the current leading goal scorer of the English Premier League? No way, it's Cole Palmer, right? Is it Mo Salah? I feel like it's always him. Is it still him? Oh, let's go. Holy shit. Every year it's him. All right, nice. Which of these stars is it in Unrivaled, the new women's basketball league? Caitlin Clark's not in it. Okay. 2 more. Who won the 1955 World Series? Are you fucking kidding me? Yankees feels like a safe bet. It's the Pirates, isn't it? Oh, okay. Are you shitting me? I mean, what is the like? What's the? Is there any importance in that? Am I supposed to have known that? 1955 World Series champion. Who is the current leading scorer in NCAA Division I men's basketball? Didn't they ask us this question already? And who was it? I don't remember. PJ Haggerty? Eric Dixon? Didn't they just ask us that? Didn't we just get that a couple days ago? Hey, I'll take it, though. 8 out of 10. I beat my over. We'll take that. All right, let me remember that. What was his name? I already forgot it. Dixon? Was that who was leading the league in scoring? Luka coming back against the Cavs? Is that a possibility? We got a Haynes brief. All right, so no Isaiah Stewart. Chris Haynes, Detroit Pistons forward. Isaiah Stewart has been suspended 1 game for assessing a 6 flagrant foul. 6 flagrant fouls. All right, so no beef stew tonight. Exum probably back today. I saw that he was questionable, but I doubt he's back today. Good thing about Luka's injuries, he won't hit the technical foul suspension this year. That's true. That's true. Oh, shit. Oops. How many texts was he at before the injury? Good morning, folks. It is Friday. Jeez, January 31st, as January comes to a merciful conclusion. Why is my audio so low on Audacity? The Audacity. Wait. Good morning, folks. It is Friday, January 31st, 2025. Goodbye, January. 10:54 a.m. Central Standard Time. We've got some stuff to talk about. The All-Star reserves were announced last night. We've got some sad snubs, including our guy Kyrie Irving, who will not be in the All-Star game this year. Snubbed, dare I say. We're going to go over that. I'm going to give you guys my personal All-Star ballot. I was going to do a PowerPoint, but I forgot to do it. Fuck. Oh, well. My personal All-Star game ballot, who I would have had making the game. We're going to go over that. We've got some trade news. Not a lot. I mean, we're 6 days away from the trade deadline at this juncture. And we're just kind of getting the same regurgitated stories over and over again which not necessarily true. We do have some new news today. We got some Brandon Ingram. We've got some Brandon Ingram news that just came across the news desk that we'll discuss. But some stuff to monitor. Jake Fisher did tweet out that there's a new player in the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes behind a paywall. Oh, wait, we do have a Shams. We have a Shams tweet. Wait, why didn't I see this? What's the Shams tweet?
Heard, he has been unwilling to me to confirm, but league sources tell me that the San Antonio Spurs are De'Aaron Fox's perfect.
I'm the source now. Breaking news from the Slightly Biased Sports Desk. Detroit's Isaiah Stewart has been suspended 1 game. Oh, we already saw this. Okay. 8 minutes ago. Why did I just now see that? Side reported Pelicans have interest in Jimmy. So Jake Fisher tweeted out that there was a new player, and I got to be honest with you guys. Game recognizes game. I respect it, but this shit is just crazy. Jake Fisher tweeted that there is a new player in the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes. It is behind a paywall on the Mark Stein Substack. Fine, whatever. You know, game recognizes game. Dog, that shit's $11 a month. So $11 a month. That's a little crazy. So I'll just wait to see the tweet tweeted out. It's like 1 cup of coffee. Exactly. Norman Powell got snubbed. No, he didn't. I have to be real. That was one of my gripes with the coverage last night. And look, I don't even want to spend any time on this because it's fucking stupid. But they were like, man, Norm Powell's one of the bigger snubs. And I'm like, really? What are we doing? Like, I respect Norman Powell. He's having a great season, but seriously. When I see Jake Fisher, I think of it's fucking where. I'm sorry, y'all. When was that? Finn's going crazy, folks. I haven't seen Finn this energetic in years. What's he got going on? What are you doing, Bubba? I got him a new litter box, and it came with this toy. It came with this cardboard box toy that he absolutely loves. Unks, he still got it. It's like the cardboard box has cutouts in it, and there's a ping pong ball on the inside, and he gets in there and just like pats the balls. Pretty hilarious. But anyways, yeah, we got some All-Star snubs to talk about. We got some trade news to talk about. I want to start here. This might be a new. I always say this. I always commit to new things and then never do them. And this one's definitely not going to happen because I simply don't have the time. But I think it would be kind of fun to maybe do a Slightly Biased movie club. I want to get more into movies, man. I want to get more into movies. I struggle time-wise to really commit to it. And I don't want to be like a critic. I don't want to be, when it comes to that stuff, I'm a charlatan. I don't want to be somebody who's pretending. I don't want to be a charlatan. I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not when it comes to movies. I don't have a critic's eye. I don't, I just watch movies. I'm like, that was good. But I do watch Severance. I haven't watched the new episode yet, so chill out. But I want to kind of watch the Oscar movies. Last night I watched, and this movie's not up for an Oscar, is it? I watched Challengers. Saw it last night. I am a That Boy Nice movie enjoyer. That's the best way to describe it. That Boy Nice. That Boy Nice. I watched Challengers. I was surprised as to how much I enjoyed that movie. Truthfully. The first third or so of the movie, I was like, all right. Not my type of movie here. Yeah, I respect it. Not my type of movie. Zendaya looks great, but not my type of movie. The last 2/3 and then the final act of that movie, holy shit, that was a fantastic movie. That thing was good. The soundtrack was incredible. I mean, yeah, you got Trent Reznor he's a monster. Obviously, Nine Inch Nails, but I mean, I didn't realize that he had the movie score, like the composer resume that he has is actually nuts. And it sounds cool. Like his like Nine Inch Nails, it really fits in really well with like the modern movies and stuff like that. Like that type of sound, it just sounds so fucking cool as a movie soundtrack, you know? And yeah, it sounded really good. Challengers did. So what are the Oscar nominations this year? When is that? We're already off the deep end. I mean, we're 6 days away from trade deadline. This is how you know such little's happening. Is that coming up? Is that this weekend? Wait, what award is this weekend? Grammys. Oh, Grammys. No, we literally just started. What are the Grammy noms? Who's nominated for Best Album of the Year? Really quick, let's give our Grammys predictions. Grammys predictions. Do not watch Emilia Perez. I kind of want to watch all of them. I've heard nothing but horrible things about Emilia Perez. But you know, that's maybe I'd go in with such low expectations that it ends up being good. Beyonce, Taylor, I think Billie, and that's all I remember. Is there a website that just has a good layout for this shit? Even the Grammys one looks like shit. Oh, here we go. Record of the year. Fortnite featuring Post Malone. Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone. Not gonna lie, I do kind of like that song. Best song of the year, though? And for a fortnight. Really the only song from that album I liked. Good Luck, Babe. Good song. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of Chapel Roan. I just am. Not Like Us. Birds of a Feather. That's a great fucking song. 360. Great fucking song. Espresso. Cool song. I wouldn't give it Record of the Year. Texas Hold'em. Pretty good song. Now and Then by the Beatles. Okay, they're still dropping music? Wow. Shout out to the Beatles, man. I would say Birds of a Feather. I think that's such a good song. Birds of a Feather is an incredible song. Album of the year, Tortured Poets Apartment. Come on, bro. No. Chapel Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. I didn't listen to the whole album. I can't say. The Billie Eilish album was great. Didn't listen to the Jacob Collier album. Brat, I mean, come on. Brat's fantastic. Sabrina Carpenter, Cowboy Carter. Good album. Andre 3000 new. Is that the flute album? Dude, I mean, Andre 3000 winning for a flute album would be crazy. Billie Eilish, I think. Billie Eilish, I mean, my personal pick would be Brat. I love it. I really do. But the Billie Eilish album is damn good, too. I have a feeling, no, Not Like Us is going to go crazy. That's just my personal feeling. Not a music critic, not a. This is the stream we see in August. Yeah, it is. All right, let's lock it. Let's lock it. All right. I like Kendrick. Good Kid, Mad City is one of my favorite albums ever. I guess my thing is I've just gotten so annoyed by the discourse and the way people talk about him and the smugness at times. It just turns me off. It does. Tyler with the $10 new camera looking fresh does wonders for that pale complexion. Thank you, Tyler. And you are right. It does make me look. It makes me look yellow, like I'm having a liver failure or something. The Super Bowl halftime show will be good for sure. He does some good live performances. That much is certain. Melverick is gifted 1 sub. Congratulations, Melvert. The meat and potatoes. NBA All-Star selections last night, or the reserves at least, were announced, so we know who's going to be participating in the All-Star game. Now, there's always the chance of injuries. We'll have to see what's going on with Anthony Davis. But we have our All-Star selections, and yes, folks, there is some snubs and some snubbery afoot. In the Western Conference, Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, those were your starters, of course. And then as reserves, you have Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, Alperen Sengun, James Harden, Jalen Williams, and Jaren Jackson Jr., all in the Western Conference. And then out east, how many first-time All-Stars here? Victor Wembanyama, obviously the first of many. J-Dub, first-time All-Star. Alperen Sengun, first-time All-Star. So congrats to those guys. Out east, is Jaren Jackson first-time All-Star? Did he make it? He made it the year he won Defensive Player of the Year, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Okay, so I thought. Out east, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, you're starting 5. And then Tyler Hero, first-time All-Star. Congratulations to him. Cade Cunningham, first-time All-Star. DF'd up. Damian Lillard, Jaylen Brown, Evan Mobley, first-time All-Star. Congratulations to him. Darius Garland and Pascal Siakam. So do we think that there are some snubs? Yes, there are some snubs. And I have my own personal ballot, my own personal opinions that we're going to talk about. Of course, some of the bigger snubs. Kyrie's a huge snub, in my opinion. You have LaMelo, who's also a big snub, was number 1 in fan voting. Just spoiler alert, I was kind of surprised you guys know I'm a LaMelo guy. He's only played in 31 games. And I didn't have him on there. Trae Young is a massive snub. Absolutely. The front court spot out east is tough. It's tough. That last little front court spot you have to have as the reserves. Is a little difficult. Jamal Murray is not the biggest snub. No. Norm Powell, in my opinion, is having a great season. I don't think he's that big. When you look at all the other snubs out west, it's like, how can you squeeze Norm Powell in here? You know? And you guys, well, let me get into mine. Let me get into my personal ballot, and I'll tell you guys who I personally think is the biggest snub, and it might surprise you. Let's start out east. Let's start out east because the east is pretty straightforward, and I had it pretty much the exact same. I had it pretty much identical. Out east, our starting backcourt. Our guards, I guess they don't call it backcourt on the All-Star thing. Our 2 starting guards, I had the exact same as the ones that we got. Jalen Brunson, as well as Donovan Mitchell. That's the 2 that we got. Those 2 are having great seasons. Jalen Brunson is the engine on one of the best offenses in the league, one of the more fun and explosive offenses in the league. And he's not having the year that he did last year, but he's still having a tremendous season. And congratulations to him for being an all-star starter, man. What an incredible honor for him. Career high in assists, 40% from deep. No, Brunson hasn't fallen off. He's been playing really well lately. Donovan Mitchell, who's weirdly enough probably having his worst year as a Cav up until this point, but still has been incredible so far this season. The Cavs are playing so well. Donovan Mitchell's such a big piece in that puzzle that I do think he deserves the start. I think the forwards, the front court's pretty self-explanatory. Giannis, I mean, do we need to say anything about him? 31, 12, and 6 this season. Top 3 player in the world, pretty much undisputably. So, at the very least, it goes without saying. Jason Tatum, the anomaly. I saw a hilarious tweet. There's like an ongoing joke, if you're not aware, on Twitter, on Celtics Twitter, where they're just like throwing nicknames. They're just throwing darts, throwing shit on the wall to see what sticks nickname-wise for Jason Tatum. The Anomaly is one that was going around. That's such a horrid nickname. The Anomaly. Jason Tatum, the Anomaly. Come on, get serious. Whenever I started to see that, I saw people were like, the Anomaly plays tonight, and I was like, oh, Wemby? That's what I thought people were talking about. Wemby. I was like, oh, Wemby? That's pretty clever. But now they've changed it to the nickname, which is hilarious. The nickname, Jason Tatum. And then closing out the front court, obviously he's Cat. Goes without saying. So the Knicks get 2 starters, which I think is right. Cat's been amazing. He's been incredible. I mean, I'm really happy for Cat. I am. For him to go to New York and not just like play well, because there was a lot of concerns about that. How's Cat going to handle New York? Not just play well, but completely and totally shatter all expectations and play at this level. Great stuff. Yeah, that trade is just a massive win. I can't believe I got gaslit. Whenever the trade first happened, I was like, dude, this is a stupid ass trade for the Timberwolves. I don't get it at all. And then I got gaslit a little bit by like, well, Dante DiVincenzo, and then Julius Randle. I was like, yeah, that's true. Maybe it is a good trade for the Timberwolves. The guy that would have made you rage stream for 8 hours about Luka being traded. Yeah, true. I was wrong. Darius Garland is my first guard reserve. Deserving of an all-star game. He's incredible. I love watching him. He's one of my favorite players to watch in the league. So shifty, so quick, so crafty. Just such a clever passer. Really, really fun player to watch play. Love Darius Garland. Happy that he's in the all-star game again. Happy that he's back to the form that we saw a couple of years ago. Cade Cunningham. Yes, sir. Let's go, man. I never sold my stock. Never. I saw the vision all the way through. Cade Cunningham's having a breakout season. Man. Love it. Love it for him. So good. So talented. So skilled at that size. Just happy for the guy. I really am. I'm really happy for him and for Pistons fans. Backcourt reserves. Evan Mobley, first-time All-Star, absolutely deserving of it. Having a breakout season. Evan Mobley, probably still never going to be the guy offensively that we maybe thought, but is blossoming into an elite player on both ends of the court. What a vision, betting the former #1 overall pick. That's right, baby. I'm patting myself on the back. A lot of people sold their Cade stock, though, to be fair. Never me, though. Pascal Siakam, absolutely deserving of his All-Star. I have it all the same except one last spot. Pascal Siakam, absolutely deserving of an All-Star game, especially when you look at the front court options in the East. They're slim. Slim pickings, right? But Siakam's been tremendous. The Pacers have been playing some of the best basketball in the league over the last month and a half or so, and Siakam is a big piece of that. Also, shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, I was looking at the numbers, putting this together, and he's got like a better case than I would have originally expected. In closing out, my first change, I do have Jared Allen over Jaylen Brown. I don't think Jaylen Brown's been an all-star this season. I just don't. I don't think he's played at that level at all. I get him making it. They just won the finals MVP and is still playing well. I don't think that Jaylen Brown is deserving of it. And yes, this does mean that there's 4 all-stars for the Cleveland Cavaliers, which sounds crazy, but I think a lot of it has to do with the front court position being as thin as it is in the East currently. Franz, Paolo absolutely would have been on this list. They just didn't play. And just by the way, for my little thing, I had a personal 30-game threshold, which I think is what we did last year too. 30 games. If you played in less than 30 games, I didn't even really consider you. So that's why. Otherwise, I think Franz would have been on here if you played more games. I would have had Franz. But I don't know. I don't think Jaylen Brown has been great. And then I'm trying to think who else would even be in consideration. I saw a lot of Knicks fans making a Josh Hart push. Would you put Josh Hart in the front court? Put him as a wing? I don't think Zach LaVine was considered a forward for this. I thought about that as well. If you could just throw Zach LaVine in as a wing or something. Celtics fans would kill you for this take, given the Celtics deserved 4 last year. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just things change year by year. Guys get hurt, you know. My 2 wild card spots, Damian Lillard having a tremendous season. I'm not going to lie. Whenever I first saw the thing, I was like, well, LaMelo got snubbed, Trey got snubbed. And originally I was like, okay, well, those guys probably deserved it over Dame. No, not really. 25 points per game for Damian Lillard, 7 assists, 38% from 3, nearly 9 attempts a game. He does deserve to be here. Yet another all-star for Damian Lillard. Congratulations. And then closing it out, the last wild card spot. I'm super happy for Tyler Hero. He's having a great season, a great, fantastic season for the Heat. I saw a hilarious tweet. SJ tweeted the video of Tyler Hero finding out that he made the All-Star game is hilarious because he immediately he heard the Heat and he knew he got it, which does mean that he knew Bam had no chance. And, you know, Bam's my guy, but he's having a disappointing season. No two ways around it. But very happy for Tyler Hero.
Eastern Conference. The last reserve is chosen by the coaches. From the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero. Career, just a career season.
Congratulations for Tyler Hero. That would have been funny if they said Bam Adebayo. Jimmy Butler, yeah. But for my final wild card spot, it has to be Trae Young. It just does. He has to make it. He has to make it. I'm happy for Hero. I really am. It's a cool story. Trae's at 22 points per game, 11.5 assists per game. Their offense just does not run without him. His efficiency hasn't been great this season. But I look at the guards that I think were competing for this spot. Trae, LaMelo, Tyler Hero, Tyrese Maxey. I thought Trae kind of deserved it. And I'm not going to lie. Tyrese Maxey, I think, was my second closest. Like, I think Tyrese Maxey has a really good argument in case for making the All-Star game. You look so youthful today. New skincare routine? Thank you. No, same skincare routine. Again, I got a little thing. I don't know what it's called. You put it on, boom, pat, 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 little spray, spray, rub it in, boom, moisturizer, on, good. You wash your face in the shower before bed, little snail mucin, boom, rub it in, let it sit, brush your teeth, boom, nighttime moisturizer, on. Okay? I will say, anyone who watched the Hawks last night, they would not think Trae's good. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. He's been inconsistent. He's been very inefficient. All of the guards that were competing for this kind of had their flaws. I mean, Tyrese Maxey had a pretty damn good case. The problem is they haven't won a lot of games, and he struggled at the gates as well. But he's been playing really good lately, so you try not to be prisoner of the moment. But this would be mine. Let's give some honorable mentions real quick. Some snubs for Tyler Hero, which does pain me. LaMelo only played in 31 games. Like that, I think that hurts him quite a bit. Tyrese Maxey, absolutely an argument. Zach LaVine, absolutely an argument. Jaylen Brown definitely still deserves a shout. I'll give it to Josh. I'll give Josh Hart an honorable mention. Vucevic, Franz, Paolo, injuries. Sure. Jordan Poole, honorable mention. There you go. You sticking it to Gen Z by snubbing LaMelo? That's right, kids. Western Conference. Here's where things get really spicy. So immediately, I have a different starting 5 in my West than we got. And I'm going to be real straight up. Look, you guys know, it's my GOAT. It's my GOAT. He's never missing an All-Star game. When we talk about guys getting snubbed, and it's, oh, this player didn't deserve it, I look around, I'm like, low-key, that guy's having a better year than LeBron. just being like, some of the snubs, I'm like, He's kind of having a better season than LeBron James is. But you're obviously not going to. LeBron's making the All-Star game. My guards are the same. Steph Curry. Yeah, there's probably some guards having better seasons than Steph. Guys, the game's in San Francisco. Okay. It's a non-starter. It's not even worth it to discuss. SGA. Why slightly? I mean, Steph's still having a good year. It's not MVP level Steph, right? But the game's in San Francisco. Like there's no point in even debating it, in my opinion. Yeah, like can you imagine them being like, hey, we think Kyrie's having a better year than Steph. And Steph not being in the All-Star game in Golden State. That would honestly be hilarious. So in my front court, my starters, well, let's just Nikola Jokic, goes without saying. Okay. I do have Jaren Jackson Jr. as a starter. It was between him or Anthony Davis. I went with Jaren Jackson Jr., who I have immense respect for. He's been the best player on the Grizzlies this year pretty easily. Career high in points per game, just barely over last year. However, he's so much more efficient this year than he was a year ago. Has turned into one of the most prolific and efficient post-up players in the league. Still one of the best defenders in the NBA, one of the best shot blockers, one of the most impactful defenders. Their defense is just so much better when he's on the court. I think he deserves his starting nod. I do. And closing it out, I mean, Victor Wembanyama deserves to be starting in the All-Star game. He made it. Congratulations to Vic. But I have him as a starter as well. So those are my starters. Yes, a very interesting front court. A very interesting front court here with Jokic, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Victor Wembanyama. No Luka. No, I personally put a 30-game thing. It's what I did last year. I don't want to not enforce that. He's just missed so many games. KD made the All-Star game playing 19 games one season. Yeah, I know it's happened in the past. But I think those guys got voted in as starters by like the fans and stuff. So Luka would have had to have been voted in as a starter. He was never getting selected by the coaches in the media. Once it got down to reserves, he was never getting picked. 22 games. I wish he was in it. I do. All right. My reserves. Out west. This is where I really start to differ a little bit here. So, I do think Anthony Edwards obviously deserves to make the All-Star game. 42% from three this season on 9 attempts per game. Only Steph Curry in the history of the league has ever had that efficiency on that volume. So we are witnessing one of the better three-point shooting seasons ever, especially one of the best non-Steph Curry three-point shooting seasons ever. I saw a tweet, I don't remember how long ago it was, that this might be the best non-Steph Curry three-point shooting season we've ever seen from Anthony Edwards. Just kind of a crazy turn of events here. No, Luka was absolutely playing like an all-star. Like even in Luka's first 10-game form, he was an all-star. It's just 22 games is a lot of time missed. And it doesn't help also that he's missed time now. Ant became underrated out of nowhere. I think he's pretty properly rated. The playmaking leap is what we're really waiting for, yeah. My other guard is Kyrie Irving. Absolutely, he deserves it. 24 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 60% true shooting. The Mavs offense, 9 points per 100 possessions. Worse when he's off the court. The Mavs, 11-7. I know it doesn't feel like it, but the Mavs are 11-7 this season when Kyrie plays without Luka Doncic. He's been fantastic. He's really kind of turned into a general on the court for the Mavs whenever they desperately need Just somebody to stabilize things with Luka off the court. Kyrie deserved it. To be completely honest, I would pick Kyrie over Ant because Kyrie been missing Luka and still have the same record. I mean, it's not one or the other. Like, both of them can make it, just like I had. That's not where Anthony Edwards deserves to be in the All-Star game. That's not where I'm making my arguments. Let's move over to the front court. LeBron James, not the starting five, but, you know, it's fucking LeBron James. Like, there's no point in doing an All-Star thing and having LeBron James off your All-Star ballot. It's LeBron James. It's the All-Star game. You want to see LeBron James in the All-Star game. There you go. My next front court spot, Anthony Davis, who, watch this space. He might not play in this game. Watch this space with Anthony Davis. He might not play in it. But he's been one of the best players in the league this season. Obviously deserves to be an all-star. And then my last reserve front court spot, Kevin Durant. Lakers don't deserve two players at the All-Stars. I mean, they've both been really good. Kevin Durant, 27 points per game this season, 63% true shooting. Need I say more? It's Kevin Durant. You know what that guy's game is all about. Now let's get to the wild cards. I didn't really think this at the time. I didn't know if I would think this, but after going through and looking at all these guys, I do think J-Dub deserves to make it. Obviously, his team's incredible. Usually teams like that get rewarded with multiple All-Stars. But beyond that, not only has he been good offensively, his efficiency's down compared to where it was a year ago, but he's still at 21 points per game. 3-point percentage is down significantly year over year. But defensively, he's been one of the better defenders in the league so far this season, and is probably going to make an all-defensive team. So I really don't have any problem with him making it. He's been tremendous, and he's been like Chet. They probably would have had 3 All-Stars if Chet was healthy and playing. And closing out, it is a goofy-ass starting lineup. I know it is. Closing it out, I can't believe it or not. I can't believe it, guys. I cannot believe it. I have Domantas Sabonis, who I think was the biggest snub. I can't believe I'm saying that. I think he was the biggest snub, him and Kyrie. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I'm as surprised as you guys are. But Carson Breber had a nice tweet about this, about Şengün versus Sabonis, because that will be the argument. Sabonis 21, 14, and 7. 14 rebounds. 21, 14, and 7, 68% true shooting. Plus 12 on off. Şengün having a great year. 19, 10, and 5 is nothing to sneeze at. But the efficiency's rough. Şengün defensively way better. Oh, he mentions that. Şengün defensively much better than Sabonis, but I get it. You want to reward the Rockets. Şengün's having a great season. There's arguments to be made. He might not even be the best player on their team. Just saying, there's arguments. This would be my group. So should J-Dub really make it? Because even without him, OKC is awesome. But without someone like Harden, Powell, Clippers would be down bad. I do think he deserves to make it. So which means my honorable mentions are James Harden was a difficult cut. But the West is pretty stacked. And I just think Kyrie's having a better season than he is. That's it. Just think he's having a better season than Harden. Other honorable mentions out west. Some guards that didn't make it. Norm Powell, sure. Norm Powell. I'll put Luka on here. Fox. How you just don't take Sabonis over AD, Wemby, Jaren Jackson Jr., or Jokic? I think this is fair. Booker. KOC speculated a Fox to Bucks trade involving Dame. What? Şengün obviously would be in my honorable mentions. PJ Washington. Hell yeah. Who am I missing on my honorable mentions? Anyone? Is this kind of the pool that we were dealing with here? Ja, yeah. Gafford. It's kind of crazy that like the All-Star, all this came out and I have yet to see anybody be like, damn, Ja deserved to make it. If Ben Thompson had played like this all year, there could have been an interesting case. Or at least let me rephrase that. If he had been starting all year, he might have had an interesting case. But anyways, I'm interested. If Anthony Davis ends up missing due to injury, I'm wondering who they give it to. I'd have to guess Sabonis. I'd have to guess Domas. And if somebody gets hurt in the East, I'd have to guess Trey is probably the guy who replaces. I don't like using team success as a real big all-star factor. It's a meaningless game. Just give us the best dudes. Yeah, I do kind of agree with you. I mean, I do agree with you in theory that the all-star game should just be the best players. I'm interested to see if they change this. We'll see how it plays out. I like the idea of the tournament having the rising stars in it against the all-stars is kind of a fun concept. But I'm wondering if next year they scrap that, just add another team, and then add all-star spots. Did you see KOC's mock trade last week? Draymond for Gaff, Maxey, 2 first-round picks. Jesus Christ. A Snubs team. The replacements. That would be kind of fun. No way Jordan Poole's an honorable mention. I got bullied by my chat into putting him on there. Jordan Poole is having a nice season, though. I kind of felt bad for him because he was like, yeah, all-star games, just politics and stuff like that. I probably won't make it. And it was like, okay, buddy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's politics. It's politics. The All-Star Weekend is turning into NFL Pro Bowl. Yeah, you know what? I saw a clip. The NFL Pro Bowl is so, I mean, we've joked about it on here before. It's so bad. So shitty. But they almost kind of lean into the shittiness of it, which I do kind of respect. Let's scroll through the NFL Twitter. Like, bro. They're playing dodgeball. NFL is just like, hey, look, we got guys, we know that this shit sucks. There will still somehow be 70 million of you who watch this. Micah Parson won fastest man competition. They're not even running hard.
For the fastest man in the world.
They're not even running hard. Quentin Nelson throw is caught by Tyler Smith to win game 2 for the NFC. And you know what? They're going to come out and say 20 million people watch this. Who on earth is watching this? Who on earth is watching this?
All right. What is it? Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
My uncle, yeah, that's true. All of our uncles are watching this. And if I was doing NFL content, I would be like Leonard Williams, last man standing for NFC 1 versus 5 comeback. I'd be out here being like, next season before it started, I'd be like, I think Leonard Williams can have a great year. And just seeing what he did 1 versus 5 in the Pro Bowl dodgeball game. I mean, the grit that's required to do that. Like, that's how I would be framing my takes. Joe Mixon going off like that in the Pro Bowl dodgeball game. I just don't think you see that's such a Bill. That's so Bill Simmons coded right there. That is definitely something Bill Simmons would do. Imagine if there was like a Patriots player in this, Drake May. Imagine if Drake May was like hitting people in dodgeball. I could 100% see Bill Simmons being like, Rusella. The way Drake May dominated the dodgeball game, I think it matters. All the best players in the league on the field, and Drake May just was above and beyond them. That means something. I mean, it's not nothing. What is this, bro? What do they got going on at the what do they have going on at this shit? A speed walking competition. I admire how stupid this shit is. And again, I admire the NFL is just like, yeah, we know this shit's trash. We know this shit's trash. We don't care. A spike competition. Russello. Quinton Williams scored a 982 on the spike competition. Oh my God. All right, that one's at least interesting. This is like the skills competition at the All-Star game.
Put on mass tape. They race to the finish line, but if they don't, they must go through an agility.
I literally live in Orlando and probably wouldn't have gone to the Pro Bowl for free. Oh, there's no way. If I was a quarterback, no way in fuck am I participating in the accuracy challenge. The only thing that can come from that is bad things. If the NBA did this broadcast, would just talk about how today's era couldn't survive in the 90s versus 90s players at dodgeball. Yeah, it would. That's exactly what would happen. All right, let's get back. This is derailing into an August 7th stream. Let's talk about some rumors. Are there any real substantial rumors? I don't care about Kevin O'Connor making mock trades. Imagine asking Josh Allen to do this after the most devastating loss of his life. Yeah. Slightly GM. Oh, yeah. We'll do slightly GM it next year for sure. Wow. Tonight was Isaiah Stewart bobblehead night, and he's suspended for the game. He's suspended. Hate to see that. The 30-team trade article. Who posted that? I'm interested in that. Six flagrants is crazy. How many games have there been? About 44? In like 1 out of every 7 games, you're getting a flagrant? Where's the article at? Stein reported today the Pelicans are interested in Butler. I wonder if for them that's more of just hey, can we just swap Ingram from Butler? Like, is that a thing that we could maybe do? Has a player ever been named All-Star of a team and was on a different team by the All-Star game? Yeah, Kyrie. That literally happened with Kyrie. The year Kyrie got traded to the Mavs. What is this dog shit article? NBA trade intel, how 3 West leaders are prepping for the trade deadline. The teams that stand in the way, 3 teams stand in the way of the Wemby era. The Thunder, the Rockets, and the Grizzlies. Someone's missing. Someone's missing. Someone's missing. Hello? Hey guys, what? Hey guys, there's a team in the West that's just went to the finals. Hey guys. There's only been one team in the West over the last 4 years that's been in the conference finals twice. Their best player is 26. Hey guys. Yeah, what are the Grizzlies doing here, bro? What are they doing here? Like, come on. God, I'm tired of the fake woke Grizzlies shit. I have to be honest with you. I'm tired of it. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm also tired of the fake woke Rocket shit. I have to be real. I like them. I respect them a lot. I think they're really good. Their defense is championship caliber. You saw it last night in that game against the Grizzlies. Fred VanVleet took 2 dog shit disgusting 3-pointers in the closing minute of that game. They don't have a guy as it stands currently. They don't have a guy. Can one of their guys develop into that guy? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Could they trade for a guy? Absolutely. I don't know. This is such strange framing for an article. Really bizarre framing for an article, in my opinion. Am I looking too far into this? The Victor Wembanyama era, which, by the way, mind you, the Spurs are under 500. But the Victor Wembanyama era, 3 teams stand in the way. The Thunder, all right, fine, fair. One new trade idea for every team 1 week before the 2025 NBA trade deadline. Oh, that's what it was? It wasn't just Zach Buckley. It wasn't every team, 30-team trade. I think I've seen articles like that before. A 30-team trade. One new trade idea for every team 1 week before the trade deadline. One new trade idea. All right. All right. We get some new stuff finally. Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks receive Jakob Poeltl for Clint Capella, Kobe Buffkin in 2 seconds. Raptors aren't doing that, but that's interesting. That is interesting. I don't think the Raptors are trading for Poeltl for anything other than a first. But I like Okongwu in their starting 5 if that's kind of what he's referencing. Would be a great pick and roll guy for Trey. That much is certain. It's interesting. Javonte Green for Jaden Springer and a 2030 second round pick. Where's Javonte Green guy? Get in here. Brooklyn Nets, Marcus Smart, Gigi Jackson, and a 2025 first for Cam Johnson. Ooh, I would like that for the Nets. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be a great return for Cam Johnson. Get GG Jackson. You know, that's a fun name to have. That's just a fun name to have on a young team like the Nets. Marcus Smart could flip him, whatever the case may be. And a 2025 first. Great consolidation trade for the Grizzlies. Yeah, that's really not that terrible of a trade for the Grizz either. That's actually kind of interesting. Mavs could have had Gigi with the Omax pick. Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams could have had Gigi Jackson, though. Charlotte Hornets get David Roddy and a 2025 second-round pick. The Hawks receive Micic. This is the type of sicko shit that we love right here. This is the type of sicko shit that we love. Chicago Bulls, Kyle Anderson. He watched my stream, huh? Kyle Anderson, Gary Payton II, Guy Santos, and a 2025 first-round pick, lottery protected for Nikola Vucevic. You watched the stream, huh? Fair. A lot of people did. Millions did. Then, of course, the Mavericks swoop in. Donna, 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 Donna. Mavericks swoop in and pick up Gary Payton. He watched the stream yesterday. I don't blame him, man. It's a good return. You get a first-round pick for Vucevic, you should do it. Cavs, what do they've got? Chris Boucher for George Niang in a couple of seconds. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Now, George Niang, there's like a locker room piece there. And then it kind of goes back to the behind-the-scenes stuff. How often do teams trade their locker room guy? What movie is on TNT currently? It's on in the background. Days of Thunder. Tom Cruise, NASCAR driver. Chris Boucher on the Raptors. Yeah, I like that quite a bit for them. This would be a win trade for a winning trade for the Cavs. Assuming they're not like George Niang is like the glue holding our locker room together. Dallas Mavericks. No. I can't escape this fucking guy. I can't escape this guy. Kelly Olynyk for Maxi Kleber, Jaden Hardy in a 2025 second. Oh, God. Honestly, no. Honestly, no. I'm going to be real. I actually don't think I'd trade Hardy in this deal. As crazy as that is. Why would Toronto do that? I mean, I think a second rounder for Kelly Olynyk might just do the trick. People need to realize he's making $14 million next year. Not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. If you want to go and make trades in the offseason. Paul, at the $2, you willed it. You know you did. Fuck, man. Kelly Olynyk. Ugh. Denver Nuggets. Oh, here's a Bogdan trade. DeAndre Hunter and Bogey for Michael Porter Jr., Zeke Naji, and a 2031 first-round pick swap. Wow. That's actually really interesting. I actually think that's a really interesting trade for the Nuggets. I think it'd have to depend on if you think Bogey just needs a change of scenery and is having a weird year. Where's DQ? Is DQ in the chat? DQ. DeAndre Hunter worth more. Yeah, so I think the Nuggets probably do this. The thing is, I don't know if the Hawks do. Michael Porter Jr. is expensive. Zeke Naji is one of the worst contracts in the league. 2031 first-round pick swap could be interesting. The question I would have if I'm Atlanta is just like, all right, if I'm trading DeAndre Hunter, could I get a first from another team without absorbing like a dog shit contract in the process? That would be your question. Or maybe they like Michael Porter Jr. That is interesting from the Denver side of things. I like this article so far. I think he's put some good thought into these. Pistons get Brandon Ingram. I don't love it. I don't love it. For Tim Hardaway Jr., beef stew in a couple of seconds. Oh my God, a beef stew gets traded? Swoop on in. I don't like this trade that much for the Pistons. I don't like the idea of Ingram there. I would rather have CJ. CJ makes more sense to me. If I'm trading for one of the Pelicans guys, CJ makes more sense to me. But if the Pistons say, we like Brandon Ingram, we want to pay him and we want him to be a focal point of this franchise moving forward, our second, third guy, then maybe. I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm just scared of Brandon Ingram, man. I'd be scared of paying him. I just would. No, I like Ingram. I don't know. It depends on what his market is in the summer, right? 40 million? Fuck no. I'm so out on that. I don't think that's his market. 30, mid-30s, that scares me, but it's a little bit more palatable. If it's like his market's so bad, we got him for 28 million. Like, okay, then I'm very interested, right? That's just really it. Warriors, Vucevic. Okay, we already saw this. But instead of a first, they get 2 seconds. I don't think I'm saying yes to this if I'm the Bulls, to be honest with you. I know that sounds crazy. Rockets get Josh Richardson and a second for a future second. That's the type of sicko shit I'm talking about right there, baby. Josh Richardson and a second for a second. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Indiana Pacers get Cam Johnson. All right, how do they make the contracts work? Is that it? Obi Toppin, Aaron Nesmith, a first and a swap. That's kind of a lot. I don't know. I'll be honest, that's kind of a lot if I'm Indiana. That's a haul. That is a haul for Brooklyn, for sure. Brooklyn should say yeah. Yeah, if this was offered, Brooklyn should say yes to this, no questions asked. Another consolidation trade now for the Pacers. Yes, this is a consolidation trade. And you are like, Cameron Johnson's the best player in this deal. But Nesmith is still really good and impactful for you. Obi Toppin, whatever. 2 first-round picks. Clippers get Jordan Clarkson. I was thinking about a potential Jordan Clarkson to the Clippers trade. PJ Tucker, Bones Highland in a couple seconds. Sure, why not? Why not? Get a backup guard. Jazz get a couple seconds. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I agree with you, Wopo. The Nets could just hold Cam Johnson and be like, you have to blow me away. Wow, okay, Lakers De'Aaron Fox trade, huh? De'Aaron Fox for Austin Reeves, Rui, Gabe Vincent, and a couple of firsts. God, what a disappointing return for De'Aaron Fox that would be, huh? Clarkson is 30. Clarkson is one of those sneaky guys where you look at his basketball reference page and you're like, damn, he's been in the league that long. I think it's also because he looks so much different than when he joined the league. Like, he used all of his VC on tattoos. Now, I will find it interesting. I do find it interesting that all of the reporters and people talking about this have just outright said De'Aaron Fox is not going to the Lakers. Like, he does not want to go to LA. But yeah, this is a shitty return. If you're the Kings, like what do you have? Like, why rush a De'Aaron Fox trade and then get? Well, is it that shitty of a return actually? Rui's a Jag. Not a bad player. Gabe Vincent, whatever. Austin Reeves is interesting. right? Defensively, terrible. Trying to imagine a backcourt. A backcourt with Reeves and Monk offensively is disgustingly good. I really like that backcourt. Quite a bit, actually. Defensively, it's terrible. And those picks could be valuable. 2029 first. I mean, LeBron will almost certainly be out of the league, I would think. AD's no way in 4 years is AD still AD. That's probably a pretty valuable pick. Yeah, I was just about to say that, Conga. No way I'm letting them protect their 2031 first. No chance. The more I talk about it, it's not the worst return, honestly. Grizzlies, Cam Johnson trade, Marcus Smart, Santi Aldama, and a 2026 first. Dude, the Grizzlies are just in prime position to make a trade. I mean, I like the contracts that they have. They do have some young guys. Like, they're in a prime position to do something. I kind of like this. Kind of like this for both teams. It makes some sense to me. I like the from the Brooklyn side, I like the G.G. Jackson one more. Heat get De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter. Whoa. Oh, we have a big trade here. Immediately. Okay, all right. So the Heat get De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter. Interesting. I think if any team in the league were to call De'Aaron Fox's bluff between now and the trade deadline, it would be Miami. The Suns get Jimmy, so Jimmy's on the move to the Phoenix in this scenario. And the Kings get Bradley Beal, Jaime Jaquez, and 3 firsts. 2 of those firsts being the garbage first the Suns just got, and a 2029 pick from the Heat. That is just a catastrophe for Sacramento. There's no way in hell. Yeah, and all the Heat give up for a top 20, 25 player in the league is Jimmy Butler, who wants out, Jaime Jaquez, which honestly, if that's an easy yes, and a future first. That is robbery. The Kings, what? Again, if I'm the Kings, I'm like, dude, I'm not trading them if this is the fucking offer. Like, we'll ride this shit out into the summer. I'm not trading him for Bradley Beal, Jaime Jaquez, 2 dog shit firsts, and probably a pretty good first from the Heat in 2029. That's a terrible return for Sacramento. For Miami, I mean, this is just a trade for the Heat. Hell yeah. You do that 10 times out of 10. If you're Phoenix, hell yeah. I'd easily do this. Milwaukee, Zach LaVine. All right, I'm interested to see how they made this happen. Okay. They don't even try to do the 3-teamer. All right, Zach LaVine for Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, that 2031 first in a second. This trade technically doesn't work at the moment. Okay, yeah, they'd have to get under the apron. Although I saw this, and if we have any cap experts, please correct me if I'm wrong. You can actually aggregate contracts in a trade if you're a second apron team, if that trade puts you under the second apron. Is that true? Because I was doing some LaVine trades to the Bucks where they could make that happen. They could skirt the apron. I don't think the Bucks are looking for a guard that can't play defense next to Dame. I think they would easily, if the opportunity presented itself to get LaVine, they would do it 100%. Does Bobby Portis have negative trade value around the league? Probably, yeah. I balk at this trade because it's just like, if I'm the Bulls, I don't really want Chris Middleton or Bobby Portis, you know? I would love to find a third team to swoop in and save me from those contracts. Timberwolves get Malachi Branham. Wow. Okay. This is actually a little interesting. Malachi Branham and 3 second rounders for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's interesting. I kind of like the idea. They're probably not going to be able to bring back Nikhil Alexander-Walker with how much money. Like he's a good player and will probably make a decent amount of money. And you do get just something in return for him. That's interesting. I like the idea of this trade. I do. It's smart logic behind it. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, mid-level player, yeah. Pelicans, let's see what they have for their Brandon Ingram trade. Raptors. He watched the stream yesterday. Kelly Olynyk, Bruce Brown in 3 seconds for Brandon Ingram. I could see it. I really could. The Raptors inclusion into the Ingram sweepstakes has made it a little bit more interesting to me. Huge return for the Pelicans. Well, you're probably not going to get much at all. You just get some seconds. Man, that is such a depressing return, huh? Kelly Olynyk and Bruce Brown. And if I'm the Pelicans, I'm looking for a team to give me an expiring for Kelly Olynyk as a 3-teamer. That's depressing. Knicks get Jonas Valanciunas for Mitchell Robinson. I hate this. I hate this trade a lot. I get the logic and the mindset behind it. I just don't like it. I'd rather just have Mitchell Robinson come back and then we just hope he's healthy. Thunder. Oh, interesting. Colin Sexton. Okay. For Isaiah Joe, Ousmane Dieng, and a 2025 first-round pick. That's their own. Keep in mind, they have like 4 first-round picks this year, so they're gonna have to trade some of them. I like it. I like it. I do. I think that's pretty interesting. Is Colin Sexton the best OKC can get? Well, no. I mean, OKC could probably get damn near whoever they wanted. But this is kind of cheap for a really good player. Orlando Magic. De'Aaron Fox. That would be sick. For Jonathan Isaac, Anthony Black, 2 first-rounders. I mean, for them, yes. For the Kings, I like Anthony Black. I don't know if I love him enough for him to be really the only key piece I'm getting. Because you're looking at it logically, 2026, 2028 from the Magic, pick-wise. A lot of things can happen in the league. But if I'm trading them De'Aaron Fox, well, Fox, Franz Wagner, Paolo, all getting better. That pick's going to be pretty shitty in 2026 and probably in 2028. That's probably not going to be very good. Draft capital. So really, the main piece I'm getting is Anthony Black, which is cool. That's a fun player to have. I don't think this return's anywhere near good enough. I don't. Sixers get Jimmy for Paul George in the 2026 first. This would be so funny. This would be one of the funniest trades ever. I'm rooting for it. This would be one of the funniest trades. I'm not going to lie. If I'm the Heat, I need a little bit more than that. I might need 2 firsts in this scenario. Maybe even more. Right? I mean, I'm getting that Paul George contract is so stinky. The Alec Burks piece. I mean, that contract sucks, and that's exactly what they're avoiding. I don't think that he would do this. Phoenix Suns. Jimmy Butler, I don't know how new this information is. All right, this is the same exact tweet we saw earlier. The same exact trade we saw earlier for the Kings. Trailblazers. Chris Middleton and a 2031 first for Jeremy Grant. I don't think the Bucks would or should do this, to be honest with you. Jeremy Grant, probably better at this point in his career than Chris Middleton for sure. But is it worth giving up your only trade asset really in the form of that 2031 first? I would say no. I would say no. I think, I mean, if I'm the Blazers, fuck yes. I'm saying yes to this in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I'm saying yes to this. I don't think I'm doing this if I'm the Bucks. Kings trade De'Aaron Fox to the Rockets, along with Kevin Huerter for Fred VanVleet, Reed Shepherd, and a 2028 first-round pick. I mean, am I crazy? I'm gonna want a little bit more pick-wise out of this deal if I'm Sacramento. I want a little bit more pick-wise. Fred VanVleet's good. That's cool. Gonna have to pay him in the offseason, probably. Player option. We'll see what he does with that. Reed Shepherd's cool. Top 3 pick last year's draft. Tons of potential, but we haven't seen it in the NBA. And a 2028 first. Cool. That's cool. But if I'm just projecting 3 years out from now, the Rockets are probably going to be really fucking good. I need a little bit more. The Rockets say they don't want to cut into the rotation, but if this is what it costs, I would seriously consider it. I guess you have to factor in, too, they're getting off the Kevin Huerter money, but the Spurs get De'Aaron Fox for Chris Paul, Jeremy Sohan, Zach Collins, and 2 firsts. I'd want to keep Sohan if I'm them. I would love to keep Jeremy Sohan. I think what the thing is I think from what I can gather from this article, who wrote it? I'm not scrolling all the way up. But the author of this article, I just don't think is that high on De'Aaron Fox. Maybe not that high on De'Aaron Fox, but doesn't think his value is that high, which could be the case. I don't really know. It'd be interesting to see if this whole saga has sort of tanked the value of De'Aaron Fox. Sohan is ass. I don't know why Americans think he's any good. What do Americans have to do with this? He plays pretty well next to Wemby, though. Raptors get Gary Payton II and Moses Moody for Kelly Olynyk. All right. Sure. Utah Jazz take on, Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles, and a 2028 first for John Collins. Yeah, I'm saying yes to that if I'm the Kings. First round pick for John Collins. Yes. Yes. Kevin Huerter's money kind of sucks, but whatever. I'm saying yes to that. You're not trying to be good now anyways. Apparently this is still might happen. John Collins to the Kings. And the Wizards. Jonas Valanciunas to the Clippers for Cam Christie, PJ Tucker, and a second rounder. Pray for the Wizards, y'all. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. All right, where are the trades, man? What are we waiting on? I want to see real quick. I'm going to let's go look at the trade deadline last year. When did we start getting trades? So here's the trade deadline. Busy trade deadline. Did we have trades in the week lead up to it? February 8th. So February 1st onwards. Do we have any trades? The Steven Adams trade to the Rockets. We had that. Is there a place where I could just see trades? You had Xavier Tillman traded to the Celtics. Then here's the trade deadline. So not a lot of actions. But yes, you had Siakam, OG, and Harden all traded in the months before the deadline. Is there a way on here where I can only? I just want to see trades. I don't care about people getting assigned to the G League. Okay, so February 9th, trade deadline a few years ago. Well, we know a few years ago was absolutely fucking nuts in the lead up to the deadline. So February 2nd onwards, any crazy trades? No, not really. Not until Kyrie got traded to the Mavs. That was like the first ginormous domino. And then you had KD traded to the Suns at like midnight. All right, so maybe it isn't. Maybe in my mind, it's like a week from the deadline. This is where you start to see stuff trickle in, but I guess not. I guess historically, my mind is playing tricks on me, and historically, it is. You just kind of got to wait until the deadline. February 10th in 2022, you had the Robert Covington and Norman Powell trade. Look at this shit ass trade, dude. Robert Covington and Norman Powell. That's the Clippers get Norman Powell for Eric Bledsoe, Keon Johnson, Justice Winslow, and a second rounder. Unreal. What a steal. Karis LeVert traded to the Cavs. Interesting. Players like Kyrie and KD, so much more entertaining to track for trades than Jimmy and Fox. Well, the Kyrie KD thing was nuts. I mean, I don't know. That was like a once in a decade type of insane trade deadline. Just completely and totally fundamentally changed the landscape of the league. If the NBA playoffs started today and we're the top 16 seeds, I want this so bad, man. I think I want the 16 team, just top 16 teams in the league format for the playoffs so badly. So badly. I think it'd be so cool. I get it, but I think it'd be such a cool thing. Yeah, I mean, look at the Mavs get the Rockets and then the winner of the Timberwolves Knicks. I kind of like that for them. You'd have Cavs Warriors. Like, that would just be fun to have the two conferences. You know? My God, I mean, the Thunder would low-key have a gauntlet to get to the finals. Kings round 1, Thunder should handle that easily, but then they'd have to play the Nuggets probably in round 2, which might happen in real life. And then they would probably have to play the Celtics just to get to the finals. Playing Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green in the playoffs got to be better than sex. I was getting into an argument this morning with one of my friends who's a Rockets fan. Because last night, I was like, after last night's game, I was like, yeah, the Rockets just need another guy. That's just it. And he was like, no. It's like playoffs is just kind of luck and three-point shooting. I was like, no. No. You look at the history of the league. And really, you look at not only just teams that won the finals, but teams that made the finals and then teams that made the Final Four outside of years where there's just crazy history, crazy injury luck. Pretty much every team that made the Final Four has at least like a top 15 player on it, top 10 player. You think last year, Luka versus Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards last year, top 10-ish, top 15-ish player. On the other side of the bracket, Celtics. Yeah, I say more. Pacers, who were a team that was just blessed with great injury luck in the postseason. Just call it what it is. But last year, Tyrese Halliburton, for a good chunk of the season, was playing like a top 10 player in the league. You need a guy. You just have to have one. Yeah, you need like a Luka. You look at the game and it's like, oh, I have Luka Doncic closing a game versus Jalen Green. I feel pretty fucking good about my chances there. My biggest worry for the Mavs in the playoffs is your lack of athletes. Yeah, that's a very valid concern. My biggest worry is their health. That's my biggest concern. What up, Harrison? All right, folks. That's probably it. I mean, I don't... We're kind of just regurgitating the same reports that the Pelicans are now interested in Jimmy Butler. Okay. I don't know what the hell that looks like. Would that be a Brandon Ingram to the... Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me cook real quick. I just thought of something. Let me open up the Spotrac trade machine. Let me cook real quick. Could this be a Jimmy to the Pelicans, Ingram to the Kings, Fox to the Heat situation? This currently fails. The Pelicans are getting too much money. That's fine. Pelicans send... the Pelicans situation is very strange. Their money. They're getting $48 million, so they got to get off of someone else in this process. Who? Hold up. You're about to see a master at work. Here, folks. You're about to see a master at work. Jimmy to the Pelicans. CJ to the Pistons. Ingram to the Kings. Fox to Miami. And Detroit would have to send Timmy. I think Miami has a lot of money in this scenario. This trade fails. Pistons need to shed some more money. Do they, though? Okay, hold on. We'll make it work. Pelicans need a little bit more money here. All right, hold on. We'll make it work. How about Fontecchio to the Pels? And now we just need to shed $2 million from the Heat. Easy. Jaime Jaquez to the Kings. Now that puts the Kings over? No. Boom. With picks going everywhere. Picks going all over the place. Why would the Kings want Brandon Ingram, though? Fanspo ass trade. Who says no? I don't think the Kings want Brandon Ingram with DeMar DeRozan. Like, what the fuck is that team? What the hell is that? That's a that boy nice team right there. Also, I don't get the Jimmy to the Pelicans thing whatsoever. Something's not adding up there. There's a hidden layer there. There's something that we're missing in that messaging. Pelicans are robbing everyone and Kings are getting assaulted. It depends. It depends on we can't look at this through the 2K mindset. We have to look at this through the human side of things. The Kings are I'm imagining in this scenario, I'm imagining the Kings are saying, we're trading Fox. Our fans are pissed. But you know what? Let's try to get something to excite them in return. Nobody's going to be excited about fucking well, most people won't be excited about Devin Vassell and us buying out Chris Paul. No one's going to be excited about, Harrison. Well, they can't even trade for Harrison Barnes. No one's going to be excited about Fred VanVleet. Brandon Ingram, though, I'm trying to look at it through their perspective. You can't look at the Kings and think rationally, right? You can't use traditional logic, unfortunately. Wasn't it just like 2 years ago around this time that the Pels were first in the West, rolling and looking scary? Yes. True, Malachi Branham could. Malachi Branham FC, where are we at? Where are we at, Malachi Branham FC? What were some of the other trade rumors that popped out today? Were there any? I don't think so. All right, that's going to do it. Remember, just a reminder, any big trades happen, we're going live immediately here. And obviously on Thursday, we'll be streaming all day long. If you're listening to this on Spotify, leave a 5-star review. I love you. Oh, so close. I got a notification as I was ending, but it was from Apple News Top Stories. The people who lost their lives in DC plane crash. Very sad event. If you're listening to this on Spotify, leave a 5-star review. I love you. Let's tally up real quick what we got today. We got a few donations and some memberships. Mavs play at 6 p.m. tonight. So we will be live then as well. So far, donations. Got 2. That's 3 minutes off. Wait, no. 6 minutes off. Members, 1 minute off. Some days it's slower than others. That's all right. That's all right. Just got back from the orthopedist. I am injured just like the Mavs. What happened, Harrison? All right, folks. Mavs play tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be live over on playback.tv/highlybiased, obviously. Thank you all for coming out. All of the OGs, you guys know I love you very much. Could have spent your Friday morning anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Donations, members, you guys never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. I'll be live tomorrow morning. I wasn't fucking around, guys. I'm pretty locked in. I'll be live tomorrow morning. Saturday morning, slightly early. I mean, holy shit. Thank you all for coming out. Love you all. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Talk to you all later. Bye.